Okay, let's get the show on the road. Hello everyone, I'm Jeremy Parish. Welcome to Gintendo stream number 55. Here's hoping everything goes okay. Here's hoping my levels and volume look good and no one is annoyed by the sound of my voice. This part of the game is silent because there's no game yet. But let's change that. Alright, here we go. The family computer. Or as the cool kids know it, Famicom. It's Yume Kōjō Doki Doki Panic. Also, it's Japanese for Super Mario Bros. 2, but weird. So, we're gonna jump in as soon as I'm positive that everyone is okay with the sound levels for my voice and for the game audio. Everything should be okay. Andrew says, emulation? No, as you could tell by the fact that I had to stand up, pop the diskette out, flip it over. This is not emulation, this is running off an actual Famicom Disk System, so there is tremendous potential for absolute disaster. And it looks like this file has been played by someone who actually, I can't tell. They're at the end of the game for everyone. All right. But anyway, yes, it's possible at any moment that this game may end in disaster because, it's Famicom Disk System, it's magnetic media. This disk is 35 years old, so bad things can happen. But we're going to jump in and play the weird version of Super Mario Bros. 2. As you can see, it's a little different. For one thing, Mario and crew is nowhere to be found, and everyone has kind of their own setup. The characters don't map as you'd expect. The guy who looks like Mario down here, Dad, Papa, whatever his name is, he is not Mario-like, he's like Toad. And Mom here, she's not like Princess Peach, Toadstool, she's like Luigi. And this little guy, even though he kind of looks like Toad, he is not Toad, he is the Mario character. So we'll start with the boring guy and work our way through. The way you complete this game and see the true ending is by defeating every stage with every character, which is not something they carried forward into the American version. There's a lot of stuff they didn't carry into the American version. Like those weird sounds when you kill enemies, that's not the American version. Douglas Israel says, why not emulate it? Well, I've got the means here not to emulate it and to play it on actual hardware, on a real TV, so why would I want to emulate it? I don't understand that question. Like, the potential is here to do the real thing. Why not do the real thing? As you can see, this game plays pretty much exactly like Super Mario Bros. 2. There are some differences. Like, the potions are now magic lamps, and the hearts, what was that I just picked up? It was like it was a heart, but it was weird looking. So anyway, at some point Nintendo said, well, we need to put a second Mario game in America, but Super Mario Bros. 2, not actually that fun. Americans aren't going to like it. They were right. So instead they took this game and said, let's just do a ROM hack. And the ROM hack was invented. One of the changes is, I believe there's no run button. Yeah, that's right. That's something they added for the American game, because, Mario can run by pressing B. But Imagine here, he cannot run. So you have to kind of get used to that and the limitations. Whoa, it's a bomb. Yeah, okay, I don't know. I like them better when they're turtle shells. That is not a great look. Oh, see, my instinct here is to press the B button to run, and I can't. I want to go just plow through enemies while I'm invincible, but frickin' Dream Kid here doesn't know how to run. It's terrible. Alright, so anyway, yeah, as you can see, it's all pretty much the same. I believe these guys can still do the super jump, yep. He's flashing, but not in a pervert kind of way. Wow, I'm really good at that. Oh, there's a lot of commentary happening on the chat. I cannot follow all that while I'm also playing. I apologize. All right, so if I were the cool kids here, one of the cool characters, I would do a jump across that waterfall and skip to the end of the stage. But I'm not a cool kid. I'm the Mario analog. And therefore, I kind of suck. Look at those weird sound effects. Yeah, it's a heart, but not a Mario heart. It's like a little heart with eyeballs, because everything has eyeballs. Anyway, so this game came out, I think, in July 1987. So about a year and 3 or 4 months before Super Mario Bros. 2 reached America. Of course, the real Super Mario Bros. 2, such as it was, hit Japan in I want to say like July, August 1986. So this was kind of directly in between those two releases. And you know, Super Mario Bros. 2 didn't come to the US because, not because it's a bad game. It's a very frustrating game, but it's not bad. But in 1986, the Nintendo Entertainment System had barely even gotten to the US. Like, it hadn't reached full distribution across the country, I think, by the time Mario 2 came out. So most people hadn't even played Super Mario Brothers. So at that point, you know, why bring out a sequel that looks pretty much like the first game and plays pretty much like the first game, but angrier? And so it took forever for Nintendo to release a sequel to Super Mario Brothers, because they didn't need to, because everyone was buying Super Mario Brothers. It was on the top of the Nintendo Power charts for years and years. So when it finally came time to do the actual sequel, you know, they could have just gone straight to Super Mario Bros. 3, because that came out like the same month, or maybe a month or two after Super Mario Bros. 2, the American version. Oh, not a damn bonus. Give me a cherry. There you go. Oh, 2 cherries. See, all you have to do is curse at the game a little bit. Damn cherry. Oh. Too late. Anyway, so yeah, so they ROM hacked this. And you know, this game does have ties to Super Mario Brothers. It's made by a lot of the same people, and was kind of created as a prototype to see what would happen if we made a Mario game where you could scroll up and... Oh! Damn you and your carpet. I'm just going to hang out over here. Alright. So yeah, it was you know, kind of Mario adjacent. So it was a pretty natural fit for them to just tweak some stuff and release it in the US. There's a great video about this game's history on the channel Gaijillionaire about what Yume Kōjō was. It was an event of some sort. You know, I'd have to check the video. I'm not the expert here. But anyway, it happened in Japan. It was like Dream TV, I think, or something like that. Dream Factory. And, whoa, look, one up. And it had a sort of carnival style to it, which is why everything has masks. Look at that. They're passive. They don't care. They don't care that I'm taking their key. They're just sitting there. They're not coming to life, leering at me. But now everything's different. But that version of Phantos seems so ambivalent. It's just like, yeah, whatever. He's got my key. I don't care. Look at that. He doesn't care. Have some pride in your work, buddy. Remember the first time I ever saw this game in person was on a Play Choice 10, and I happened to come in when someone was at this stage getting shot by a little gas mask guy down there, Sniff It. And I thought, wow, this is a really weird take on Mario. But that's only because I hadn't seen the poison mushrooms yet. Did I put that in the right spot? I did. I'm so cool. Hooray. All right. Dragon Quarter says, is the music exactly the same as Mario 2 USA? That is correct. John Hyman says, I thought you had your own video on this game, Jeremy Parish. I do have my own video on this game, but it is not as good as Gaijillionaire's. I'm not afraid to admit that someone has done a much better job of covering the story behind this game than I have. Like, I gotta give credit where it's due. That is a great video, so check it out, Gaijillionaire. Like, gazillionaire, but also a gaijin. He's a very wealthy foreign person. Anyway, kind of the lead creative designer on this was not Shigeru Miyamoto, it was Kensuke Tanabe, who was more or less a newcomer at Nintendo at that point. But he has gone on to be involved with a lot of other games that you've played, such as Donkey Kong Country Returns. He works with Retro Studios a lot. And I remember interviewing him, like, God, it's been 8 years now, when Super Mario 3D Land was first coming out, and also Donkey Kong Country Returns. Maybe it was Tropical Freeze. It's all a blur. Anyway, I just remember that interview because he pantomimed plucking when I asked him about this game. He like made a little plucking motion. So I think it's something he feels a bit of pride about. He should. It's a cool game. This is a good game. Don't listen to the stupid internet, like, fun facts. This isn't a real Mario game. It is. It's a real Mario game, and it's good. As you can see, I'm kind of getting by on muscle memory here. But there is going to be a point at which I'm going to start really sucking at this game. Anyway, if you're just joining, wow, there's like 200 people watching. What the hell? Hi, all of you people. I am Jeremy Parish. I'm with Limited Run Games and Retronauts. This is not a Limited Run Games stream, however. I'm just here on my own, for my own devices, for the hell of it. Yeah, so anyway, this is Gintendo. It is a live stream where I play old games and don't get the hearts that I need. And I drink gin. In this case, I am drinking Lunar Gin from Hendrix, which is a new release from them that I managed to track down. And I haven't been that impressed with Hendrix's limited releases so far. They're just like, hey, let's dump a bunch of flavors into our gin, which is not really my thing. This one's pretty good. I went with Lunar Gin because, you know, this is a dream. It's the Dream Factory. Mario's asleep at the end in the other game. Here it's just, you're just throwing clowns around. Wow, what the hell? It's so creepy. Alright. Even the little shy guy agrees. He dies and makes that noise. He's like, wow, I'm creeped out as I die. Anyway, so, yeah, when I accomplish cool things, I take a sip of gin. In this case, it's a gin and tonic because if I drink straight gin, there's no way I'm going to be playing straight by the end of the stream. So, gotta dilute it with a little tonic, you know? For the kids. Yeah, so anyway, I'm playing a Famicom Disk System game, one of the kind of standout releases, because last week was the Famicom Disk System's 35th anniversary. Oh, he got me. Oh, that was almost a disaster. Last week I played The Legend of Zelda, and this week I'm playing this game, Doki Doki Panic. Next week I'm not playing a Disk System game. I'm either going to play the King James Bible for Game Boy that I just finally managed to track down an affordable copy of, or I'm going to play a patron request game. We shall see. I need to keep killing these guys so I can get hearts. I've been very sloppy here. Alright, let's see. If I fall, let's see if I remember where I want to fall. Do I want to go to the middle or to the edges? I think I want to go to the middle. But you know, I could be wrong. Oh, okay. That was almost disastrous. At some point I'm going to kill enough of these guys and they're going to give me a heart. That'll be great. Okay, this music's different. Yeah, okay. So the invincibility theme is not the same as Mario's. Otherwise, though, yeah, this is all pretty much the same as Mario 2 music. Eddie Lockhart says, is your disk system attached to an NT Mini? Yes, I have the NT Mini Noir, which is why this looks good, because it's very clean video. Actually, I assume it looks good. I can't really see the details on the little picture-in-picture window there. But for me, it looks good, although there is some artifacting with the screen that I'm using. But, you know, that's just the nature of analog media. Someday someone will explain to me why there are mice with bombs in Japanese games. I've asked this before, and no one knows. It's just a thing. Whoa. Also squeaky mice that have Famicom Disk System voice channel voices. Alright. Another stage down. Hooray! I'm going to press the A button and not get a life, but I am going to have a sip. Alright. So I can now change to a different player, which is good because he's boring. So like I was saying at the very beginning of the stream, basically to complete this game, you have to beat all 7 worlds, all 3 stages of each world, plus the 2 in stage 7, with all 4 characters, which is not the same as in Mario. But, you know, on the other hand, the progress saves. So if you die, you can save and continue, as opposed to it being game over after 3 continues in Mario 2. So it's kind of an endeavor, but, you know, I bought this disc used, and whoever owned it before me really liked it, and they actually completed all the stages, which is why this little guy keeps jumping to the stage 7 area. So I don't know if there's a way to delete save data on a disk system game without deleting the game. So I just have to kind of power through this way. Alright, so anyway, I'm going to jump over to pink-haired girl. We're going to call her Pinky, because I cannot remember her name. Alright, the theory in the chat I just noticed is that mice with bombs ties back to Tom and Jerry, which is an interesting theory that I've never heard before. So I'm willing to entertain it, because I like weird theories. Okay, so this is the Princess Toadstool proxy, or I guess Toadstool is the proxy for Pinky. Anyway, I guess that makes sense. They're both pink. How about that? Whoa, that guy again. Speaking of Tom and Jerry cartoons, a little bit of racism in your video game. So I've technically streamed this game before, kind of. I did a stream of Super Mario Advance last year, but that version's not actually the best. So this is the real deal. This is the original, the OG, the original game. Oh, I keep pressing the button to run, and it doesn't do anything. Will I ever unlearn this muscle memory? I'm guessing no. Something notable about her is that she definitely moves a lot more slowly when she's carrying something or someone. So she's physically a weakling, because that's what, as we know, according to video games, that's what ladies are. They're weak, not like strong old men. Oh, and who doesn't love plucking? I definitely picked the wrong character for this stage. Should have been the strong old man. That's okay. I'll just suffer through. I'll probably get caught up to by those guys and regret my life choices, but hey. Who said I had to make it easy for them? Meanwhile, there's a sniper over there across the room. How uncouth. Oh, look at that very convincing glide. Yep, just slide on down. Okay, well that was a quick stage. I don't remember it being that short. Oh, pink versus pink. It's the lady battle. Because as we all know, pink is the only color video game girls can be. Alright, and that's another stage down. Another sip of Lunar Gin, thank you. Matt Blankenship says, I assume the reason Nintendo never re-released Doki Doki Panic is because they lost the rights from Fuji TV. So my thought is that Nintendo's not really keen on being tied to other people's characters, other stables of intellectual properties, because they have all these intellectual properties that are basically their main business. Mario and Zelda, or Link. I mean, look at Smash Brothers. So basically, yeah, I think the decision to turn this game into Super Mario Bros. 2 ultimately allowed it to have a lot more life for them. Oh no! Like, yeah, if this game had never been reissued as Mario 2, it would be one of the great lost Nintendo games, tied to a defunct license that, you know, only existed in Japan for like a year. So I think the reason they've never reissued Doki Doki Panic is because they don't need to, because, you know, oh, come on, what was that? Mario 2 exists, and therefore this game is moot. Do I really want to grab this? Oh, I knew it. At least give me a heart, come on. Alright, I'm going to throw these horrible little things at the Shy Guy until he coughs up a heart. I don't want to have to do this. It's gross. Well, you know, forget it. I thought I was a lot closer to a heart than that. But I guess not. Whoa, she's... Whoa! Whoa! Ah! That was stressful. No! Oh, all that for nothing. Yeah, so I need to go back in that building, but I think there's like a key or something I need to grab from one of these damn things. That guy won't leave me alone. Oh, no! She's between a cactus and a spiky place. Oh, all the way back to the start. Maybe I should just go in that door next time. We're getting to the stage that I never actually play. I usually just skip ahead to World 3. Can you do that? Am I mistaken? Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe it's just that World 2 doesn't stick in my memory because it's boring. I think that's it, yes. Alright. At least all the old strategies still apply. Whoop! Or they do if you're any good at them. Oh, that was really, really smart. Oh. Moron. Okay. Let's try this all over again. Oh, there we go. Just wasted all the coins again. Yeah, okay. So my muscle memory is only good for, like, World 1. After that, it's all nebulous. Who knows? Who knows? But at least I'm not going to have to worry quite so much about cacti anymore. Oh! That little respawning bastard. Alright, well that accomplished basically nothing, so that's cool. So it looks like in this version of the game, when you hit something, you can't get multiple takedowns with the kind of the rebound effect. I could be mistaken, maybe I'm just doing it wrong. But in Mario 2, you can take out multiple enemies by throwing something, whereas here, not so much. You suck. Get away from me. Ah, yes, I want the star. There we go. Anyway, this game doesn't seem to have that mechanic, but again, it's entirely possible that I am telling you a lie, and I'm just not being able to hit multiple enemies because I kind of suck. Anything is possible. I'm willing to admit it. Take that. Alright. So there is a lot of conversation happening in the chat, and unfortunately I cannot keep up with any of it because I'm playing a video game, you know? Okay, so this is actually a good place to have Pinky, because she can just do that. It's much harder to make that jump with the block with any other character. I guess except Luigi, who in this game is Mom. I don't know her real name. Anyway, I'm throwing Gene Simmons at Birdo, and it's very successful. Gene Simmons is super effective against birds. Thank you, Gene Simmons. I would kiss you, but your tongue is gross. Alright, so we're like half an hour into the stream. It's time is just flying when I'm playing Mario's original version badly. For those of you who are just joining in, I'm still Jeremy Parish, and this is still Gintendo episode 55, and I am still playing Doki Doki Panic. Sorry, Yume Kōjō Doki Doki Panic. And I do believe that the correct use of that potion is right here. Yes, indeed. Alright, so we're off to a rockin' start on this stage at least, which is good, because I think this is 2-3, which would be the end of the world. Like, the end of this particular video game world, not the end of the world. Alright, one of you little guys has got to help me out here. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, this seems like a treasure trove. Very exciting. But which of these is the potion? Guys, Wow, okay. Good times. All right. That was phenomenal. Just astounding work all around. Okay. So that was a lot of extra live potential wasted. Glad you could witness that. I'm just gonna make use of the star power here and not run, because no one can run in this game. The B button does nothing. It's the goggles of video games. Alright, another descent into madness. Delicious. Alright, time to fortify myself here. Oh, that seems promising. Everyone loves that guy. Oh yeah, one other thing about this game, the music, is that the underground music is actually slightly faster. The tempo's a little higher than in Super Mario Bros. 2, so that's something. All the fine little details. Unfortunately, there's still a whole lot of this stupid sand digging, which is very boring. Alright, well I guess I've run out of things to say about this game, so I'll just talk about the gin instead. It's tasty. Okay, well, that was a great discussion. No, it's like a little floral, you know, I guess it's Hendrix. I don't really taste the cucumber too much, but I do taste some flowers or something. I don't know. Whatever botanicals they've added into it. But it's not super cloying or anything, it's not disgusting. Super sweet. In fact, I'm drinking it with tonic, so it's actually a little more bitter than usual. So, I don't know if this is like Orbium, where they queenated it. Who knows? Anyway, you didn't come here to listen to an old man talk about booze. Or maybe you did, I don't know. So, for the three of you who want to hear an old man talk about booze, I'm happy to deliver. Okay, this seems promising. Yes, I like that. Can I take this outside? I can't remember. Let's find out. Oh, that's so good. Suck it, snake face. Alright, so we're on to the boss of the world. Very exciting. Stephen K said I picked up some Roku gin recently. Roku is good stuff, and for the price, it's very good. It's got a nice kind of simple flavor. I'm a big fan of the botanicals they use in Japanese gins. I don't know exactly what they are, but they're good. I like them. And you can usually find Roku most places for like 30 bucks or less, which is a pretty good price for a good bottle of gin. Wow. Thank goodness these guys die in like 3 hits. I feel like in the American version they take like 6. Maybe that's later in the game, I don't know. In any case, we're gonna step on a sunbeam. Light is a solid in this universe. It's you know, the difference between wave and what you know, it's what is it? Wave or I can't even remember. Particle? Yeah, well, it's both. That's right. Light is a wave and a particle in the Doki Doki Panic universe. So anyway, we're going to move on to Mom, who is the Luigi character. No, actually, we're going to move on to Dad for World 3, because there's a crapload of coins to be collected. So let's just jump in. I can use Mom and the Luigi-style jumping in the ice levels, which will be terrible. I will hate myself for it, and you can enjoy the sadness. He's an athletic fellow. Look at him just kind of slowly, casually move his arms. Raise his armpits to the world. Alright, Dad. I think I can drop down here. Let's see what happens. Oh, there we go. Secrets abound. I believe the island is in the middle. Yes, okay. My memory has not failed me. At least not yet. Except, you know, with that part where I couldn't remember where the potion was. This is another one of those, huh? It's gonna be the last one, isn't it? God dang it. Ah, so annoying. Where is it? I'm really bad at this. It's like remarkably bad. I really feel like I deserve some sort of prize or something. That is just spectacular. Alright. Let's try this again. I think I can... Actually, I don't think the grass respawns, does it? Oh, it does! For once! Oh, look at that! Ah, happiest of days. There we go. Let's do it, Dad. Rock that grass. No, I only got half of it. Alright. Well, that's a pretty good start. But was there a potion in here? I can't remember. I think this was just grass, but we can do one more try, one more round of plucking. Kinsuke Tanabe would be so proud. Look at that old man pluck. 2 old guys just plucking and drinking. Alright, well that's pointless. Sweet. Okay. So we are doing the thing with the waterfall and the clouds. I guess the idea here is that, you know, that hidden section down below was a secret, but because there are platforms here that you might fall off, you might accidentally discover it somehow without reading Nintendo Power. I guess I probably shouldn't be carrying a little flying guy around because he makes me fly slower. Alright. We've hit a spawn point, I think. Toss a clown, the fire guy, or maybe I'll miss the fire guy, block my path. There we go. Alright, so this I think is somehow related to getting a heart. So let's get rid of the clown. There we go. Let's see if the heart is up here or if I've totally blown it. There we go. Cool. Alright, now Dad is a little stronger. Alright, so people are not fans of the waterfall graphics. They definitely cleaned that up a lot for the US. It's not as fast. It's a little vomitous. And I'm sure it's even worse on a live stream, where you're probably getting all kinds of weird artifacting and so forth. So my apologies for that. Oops. Ah! Well, that was extraordinarily stupid. Oh, come on! This was the Doki Doki Clown Factory. Oh! I finally blew it. Okay. My mistake. I messed up. I guess the waterfall's taking an effect on me, too. I don't know the clowns. What's up with all the clowns? Why can't the Dream Factory event have better masks? Like, not clown masks. Go with, like, I don't know, Zorro masks or something. This is not going well. Oh, I blew it. Oh well. And now there's going to be one of those guys to get me. It's going to suck. Yep. Ah! So I mentioned this earlier in the stream, but if you were curious about the provenance of this game and its relationship to Super Mario Bros. 2, I have created a video under NES Works Gaiden about Doki Doki Panic. And also, if you want to know more about the event that it's based on, the limited time event, you can check out a channel called Gaijillionaire that has a great video about it, very informative, and I've forgotten everything that he said, so I'm completely useless for recounting that information. Oh, pfft. All right, good times. So normally Toad is my guy, but I guess when you make Toad look like Mario, it just throws me. Oh my god. It's gonna be really funny if I got all those coins for extra lives and then... Oh, thank you for that heart, so helpful. All right, there we go. Sometimes you just gotta take him out as quickly as possible. Oh! I should play something here. Okay, not just drink. There we go, 1 up. There is a certain rhythm, and I used to be really good at hitting the casino in that rhythm. Ooh, when I was a tiny tot, and I'm not good at doing it anymore, but I used to rack up like 30 lives. And now, I've played so many other video games. It's not like Mario 2 is the only game I'm playing, so, you know, the muscle memory vanishes. And now we are on to the ostrich stage. Oh, actually, I like the design of this one a lot. It's much more ambitious. Like, this is the kind of stage that, you know, when you were making Mario Maker, this was the kind of stage you were like, I'm gonna make a stage like that. Because there's a lot going on. You go forward, and then you go backward. There's a vomiting flower. Gotta watch out for its puke. Prisoner of War blocks. Ah, the ostriches were not defeated by the POW block. That's offensive. And they're really going for it. They also vanish in the dark, so that makes them even more frightening. Oh, I blew it again. I don't remember where any of the hearts are anymore. I blame old age, but it's actually just that I never really memorized this stuff. And I keep trying to do that thing where I run as a character in this game, and they can't do that. They have no idea how. A world where running never existed. But you know, that does kind of make it like a dream, because you know you have those dreams where you're like trying to run and you can't. So honestly, this is very accurate, very, very true to life. Oh, I blew it. Oh. All right, let's try this again. Okay, so let's go down here, throw that. Actually, this is a lot more nerve-wracking when your guys can't run. Go! Hopefully this will do the trick. I don't even know what that POW is for. Let's find out. Let's see where we can take it. See where the day takes us. Aha. It's for a heart. Okay, so I'm making some progress, dashing past vomiting flowers. Everything's good. And up. Alright, so for those of you tuning in to the final quarter of this stream, I'm still Jeremy Parish, and this is still Gintendo. This is a continuation of last week's Famicom Disk System 35th anniversary. Last week I streamed Zelda, this week it's Yume Kōjō Doki Doki Panic. The game sometimes known as Mario 2, except it's not. Well, okay, there we go. That was almost a really stupid way to end the game. Okay, here's where Sonic lives. And let me guess, I only get one bomb and I have to choose wisely. Let's go over here. I'm sure everyone in the stream is screaming, no! That's right, I blew it again. That's what I do. But I think I can respawn it, so it should be okay. Alright. Respawn on the way. Oh no, the potion's gone! I did blow it. Okay, it's not gone. Whew. Alright, some limited success has been achieved. So let's mosey along and make it to the end of this level. So I guess this was 3-2. It seems like it should have been 3-3, honestly. It's a very squawky bird. There we go. Okay. So one more stage down. Another mask to throw. Blah. Another mask to consume me. And another sip of gin. The Black Ravenclaw says, bring back Famicoffee, the fans demand it. Well, unfortunately, I have a day job now, unlike when I started Famicoffee, so I can't really do that. I apologize. So these are the bob-ombs. Hopefully no sex with these bob-ombs. Because that would be weird and bad. Did those guys have a walk? Okay, they do have a walking animation. For a second it looked like they didn't. Oh, this is the tower stage. This is another one that I did a tribute to in Mario Maker. Oh no, not that guy. Well, that was stupid. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah! Alright, let's see. I think I should throw this down right here. Is that correct? It is correct. Alright, Dad is powering up like crazy. He is just a powerful little man with terrible animation. So yeah, I talked a lot about the Famicom Disk System last week because that was its 30th anniversary. But, oh, if you've never used a Famicom Disk System, it's a device that plugs in to the Famicom, the Nintendo Family Computer. Oh, and was only released in Japan because by the time it would have been released in the US, it was kind of pointless. They had diskettes, or not diskettes, they had cartridges that could do all the things that could be done on Famicom Disk System and more. So Nintendo just never published it here, never released it, and put all those games that debuted on, Disk System, on advanced chips. And it was good. Though there is an expansion port on the bottom side of the NES. If you take off that little box, or the little, not box, but the little panel on the bottom side of an NES, that could have been used for a modified version of the disk system. But the way the Japanese disk system works is that it is a diskette drive that sits underneath the Famicom or next to it, and it has a cable that plugs into the back, and the cable attaches to this thing called the RAM expander, which sits in the cartridge slot of the Famicom. And since the Famicom was a top-loading system, that worked just fine. The RAM expander is very large and bulky, but it sat on top of the Famicom, but it obviously wouldn't work on the NES, so the NES does not have the proper expansion pins in the cartridge slot for the disk system. So that's why I would have to plug in on the bottom side of the system. But it's all moot because Nintendo did not release the disk system in the US, so who cares? Little guys are very persistent. Oh, come on. What am I doing? Oh, don't! The answer is I don't actually know what I'm doing. I have no clue. Okay, so we continue on and up. This is a very lengthy level. So the Famicom Disk System's main features were that it could save data to diskette, because, you know, diskettes are rewritable media. The RAM expander cartridge kind of worked like a memory mapper. It could hold more capacious data. The disks themselves were much more capacious to hold game data than the cartridges that were available when it launched, but that very quickly changed. And it had an extra sound channel. But all of that stuff was basically matched or surpassed by cartridges within a year or two. So then the disk system became moot. Like, Metroid debuted on Disk System and had a save file management system, which was replaced by passwords. Zelda had a save file management system, which was duplicated by a battery system, by battery backup. You know, by the end of the NES's life, you had games like Kirby, which were, I think, 4 times the size of a Famicom Disk System double-sided game, maybe bigger. Yeah, anyway, it was kind of a stopgap technology that just didn't really have a long-term purpose. By the end of the Famicom Disk System's life, Nintendo was basically using it as a way to give people access to cheap versions of old games. So games like Excitebike or Balloon Fight or some third-party games like Pac-Man or Xevious. You could download those on, Disk System. Oh, that's the good stuff. It's still no heart. You can go to a store that had, like a convenience store, or I guess an electronics store, that had the disk writer kiosks, where basically you could pay a few bucks and download a game to disk and keep it as long as you wanted. And then when you got bored of it, you could go back and rewrite it with another cheap game. So it was a nice way to kind of bulk up your library toward the end of the system's life. But, you know, just compared to cartridges, the disk system couldn't keep up. Oh no! Every time I get one of those guys, I just feel sad, but he does give me life, so in a little way. Now the best way to die in this game is just to fall off that pit over there, but I'm not going to do that. Anyway, I'm going to beat this level and play a little bit as the mom character, and it's going to be horrible because it's going to be an ice level. No one's going to have a good time. Okay, now they're taking 6 hits. That's more like it. That's the hateful experience we all remember. One more and we're good. Oh, 3 coins too. All right. And 1 wasted. And another wasted. Let's go for 3. All right. Good times, good times. Okay, so we've done Imogene. He's the only character whose name I can remember. We've done Pinky. We've done Dad. Now it's time for Mom and Sadness. This is not going to go well, because Mom plays like Luigi, and Luigi's... I'm not a big fan of Luigi in any case. Like, playing as him is always kind of eh. But on the ice levels, he's the worst. The actual worst. She's very slow. She's a little less slippery, I guess, in the air than Luigi, but oh, just even lining up against those little ice guys is tough. She's Very floaty. At least our feet don't waggle the entire time. Oh! Alright, you guys go ahead and just fall in the pit. Thank you. Nope. Let's try this again. In the pit. There. Oh, in the pit. Oh, in the pit. Come on. There we go. Oh, no! He's just going to keep coming back, isn't he? Oh, God, she's the worst. Mom, why you gotta be like that? All that for nothing. Oh! That's what you deserve for being terrible. Alright. This stream is winding down, and thank God. I've only got a few more minutes before I'm obligated to go and eat food. I have an obligation to eat food. It's a standing obligation. I do it every night. So, every time, every damn time. Why is she so bad? Maybe this will be at least a gimme. Okay, that's good. Thank you. So one little bit of reprieve. Oh, and I even got a coin. Not that I'm going to finish this level, but hey. Wow, that is the least convincing rocket sound I've ever heard. That rocket just farted itself into space. Oh, I remember the first time I ever played this game and I got to this level. I think this was as far as I got, actually, before I ran out of continues the first time I played. And I remember being super stressed out because it plays the music that you get as the build-up to a boss. But it goes on forever. I was like, oh my God, what is happening? Oh. It's like when you're playing an RPG and instead of the battle theme, you get like the town music or something. It's just wrong, and it puts you on edge. Look, it just keeps going. Ah. Okay. So I noticed that the fire launchers have an M on them. Oh, there was no mouse, or no Birdo on that one. I noticed the fire launchers have an M on them, which is exactly the same as the M on the tomatoes in Kirby, so I'm wondering if the fireballs are actually flaming tomatoes. Anyway, that is my question for you, folks. Thanks for watching the stream. I am calling it a night to fulfill my obligations to my body for calories and nutrients. Whoa! Oh, ah! But I'm glad so many of you joined to watch me stumble my way through a game whose American version I barely remember the details of because I keep going the wrong places and opening the wrong things. Wow. I'm going to see if I can make it through here without dying. It's very unlikely. Oh, I did! Hooray. Okay, so that was good. You at least got to see something not quite virtuosic, but at least competent. That's always nice. Anyway, so this has been Gintendo, episode 55, Doki Doki Panic. I will do my best to be back next week with either a patron request or the King James Bible, or maybe both. Who knows? Maybe I can find some way to combine them. In any case, I will be playing a video game and drinking gin. That is a promise to you. I don't know if God will approve of my drinking gin while playing the Bible game, but that is for me to find out in the afterlife. All right, everyone. Thanks again. Good night. Thanks for watching. See you next week, maybe. And also, maybe tomorrow when I post my next Seigaiden video. You can learn more about terrible games from 1983 that never came to America. Everyone loves that.